Got to be real.
Yes guys, what's going on? Okay, so let's get straight into this video. Please excuse my Ed Hardy Freemasonic Illuminati woo top. Right. Alright, don't be flipping spraying or hate on me just because I did them signs. It was a joke, people, it was a joke. I'm not a Mason. Yeah, so whatever man. But the thing is that I don't really wear this top too much anymore, but I'm wearing it today. But yeah, we're talking about Amir King Khan versus Danny Swift Garcia. And the thing is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not fighting Amir Khan. Amir Khan really wanted the fight, but he can't fight in September because of Ramadan. You need to understand that Muslims, fast, and when we fast, it's one of the major things Islamically that make you a Muslim. You have to fast. It's one of the pillars. So Amir Khan isn't letting that go, and I give as a Muslim myself, I commend him on that. And you've got to give him credit for doing that, for standing up for what he believes, and he's not, for money or whatever, for his reputation in the boxing ring or whatever. He's not giving up his faith, which I commend him for. But Amir Khan, he's not fighting Floyd Mayweather. I don't think the Manny Pacquiao fight can happen, because if they could make that fight, I think Al Heyman would rather try and go for Mayweather versus Pacquiao next, rather than the Amir Khan versus Pacquiao fight. So the next best thing, in my opinion, is Danny Garcia. Now, I don't think Amir Khan's looking at this fight. I heard Danny Garcia talking about fighting again at 140 before he moves up to 147. But I believe that this fight is right for both fighters. At 147 or a catchweight at maybe 145. I think that it's a very good fight for Danny Garcia to get his feet wet in the 147 division if he decides to move up to 147. So I think it's a good fight, or even like I said, even at catchweight. Now, the reason why I'm comparing these two fights is because Amir Khan on this side, he's altered a lot as a fighter, and if you can't see that in his style and the way he's fighting, he's doing certain things. I understand he clinched a lot in this fight, but that's part of his game plan. Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather Jr. also clinch. Danny Garcia there's quite a lot of clinching in this fight as well, to be honest. But there's obviously a lot more clinching in the Amir Khan versus Louis Clauser fight, but that is a boxing tactic. And here's my thing. My opinion is this, right? That Amir Khan needs this fight more than the Robert Gurrero or Sean Porter fight, because Sean Porter, say he gets through Kell Brook. If Kell Brook beats Sean Porter, that totally changes the boxing scene. But that's if Kell Brook gets through Sean Porter. Do you know what I mean? That's a big if. That is honestly, whichever way you swing it, I'm not a Kell Brook hater, but that is a big if, because he has not faced anyone near the caliber of Sean Porter. That's the truth. And Sean Porter versus Amir Khan, I'm not even going to say whether that's a winnable fight for Amir Khan or Sean Porter and who wins that fight. I'm just going to say that Sean Porter versus Amir Khan, let's not talk about sparring that took place between Amir Khan and Sean Porter and what I've heard about that. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about I don't want to go into that, because I don't believe that them fights are really good fights for Amir Khan, because it doesn't bring his star power back. Hardcore boxing fans know Sean Porter, but it does not bring Amir Khan's star power back. And I think it's fair to say that everybody will be happy with Amir Khan fighting Danny Garcia at 147. The hardcore boxing fans will be happy with it. The people who want to see Sean Porter and Amir Khan, a lot of people want to see that fight, because they want to see if Amir Khan could deal with that type of style. And the reason I want to see Danny Garcia is because Amir Khan, I don't think he needs to face a fighter who fights in the style of Sean Porter or Keith Thurman, because he just got through Louis Clauser, and the build up from Amir Khan is he ready for Floyd Mayweather Jr.? And there's not really many boxers out there, apart from Manny Pacquiao, who can box as good as Floyd Mayweather Jr. And therefore, what's the next best alternative? I really still believe it's Danny Garcia. I think if Amir Khan could be, although Danny Garcia fights nothing like Mayweather, I think Garcia is a well-rounded fighter, whereas Sean Porter is a brawler, as a Keith Thurman is a brawler / boxer. I don't see Khan taking the Keith Thurman fight right now. I just don't think he will take that fight. I honestly don't. I think Keith Thurman is a very dangerous, high risk, low reward fight for any fighter, not just Amir Khan. So I don't see him taking that fight anytime soon. I don't see anybody in 1-4. I keep it real, I mean, it's Be Real TV, and where I mean, I speak the truth, I'll speak the truth, and I don't see Amir Khan taking the Keith Thurman fight at this moment in time. Although I believe that the thing is with Keith Thurman loads up on his shots, and when he loads up, you can see it coming. And if you've got an alright decent defense, you're able to duck and dodge. But the thing is, he's got speed with them punches. So Keith Thurman is very dangerous, but Keith Thurman's not faced anyone yet. So again, and he's not very, very well recognized. So again, that fight for Amir Khan doesn't, in my opinion, make sense because it doesn't build his star power, which went from here to here all of a sudden in the Danny Garcia fight. So how do you get that back? Defeat Danny Garcia. If Amir Khan can beat Danny Swift Garcia in a rematch at 147 or at a catchweight, his star power will just shoot up, because everyone always, whenever any critic criticizes Amir Khan, they talk about Amir Khan's glass chin and they say that Amir Khan got knocked out by Danny Garcia. So if Amir Khan can beat Danny Garcia, if he can, his star power just jumps right back up. And right now, I think that this fight is so winnable for Amir Khan. I think that Danny Garcia struggled against Mauricio Herrera really badly. I think that Amir Khan is a much better boxer than Mauricio Herrera. And we're going to see the Danny Garcia versus Amir Khan fight soon as well. That's going to come up. And the thing is, I kept the rounds the same in both these videos. The rounds you are seeing are the exact same rounds. So, you know, and here one more thing I want people to understand and take into consideration is that Amir Khan is at 147. Okay, Danny Garcia is at 140. So in regards to speed, Danny Garcia should be faster than Khan because there's 7 pounds difference. And as your weight goes up, your speed should diminish slightly. It should. Anyway, that's, you know what I mean, logical sense. Anyway, Amir Khan still has the faster hands. Comparing videos side by side, Khan still has the faster hands. And the faster footwork definitely belongs to Amir Khan. The footwork is, in my opinion, what really separates them. I think that the new style of Amir Khan, I don't think Danny Garcia can deal with it, to be honest. I see Amir Khan being in and out, not getting caught with looping shots. I still do think that Danny Garcia could potentially knock Amir Khan flush out with a hard shot, because not because Khan's got the glass chin, because I think that is the most overhyped statement in boxing. I think that people dislike Amir Khan and it blurs their vision. People feel that I'm biased towards Khan and I love Khan. That's not the case. I see Khan for what he truly is, yeah. Which in my opinion is an exceptional boxer, simply because he's beat Louis Clauser in exceptional fashion. He's beat Zab Judah in exceptional fashion. He beat Paulie Malignaggi in exceptional fashion. Andreas Kotelnik in exceptional fashion. An old fading Gurrero, who only lost to Marquez and Pacquiao, so I don't think he was that fading, but in convincing fashion. Paul McCloskey, people don't think he won that in convincing fashion. I feel he won that in convincing fashion. So on the wins, Khan, in my opinion, has shown that he has some tremendous potential in there. So I give him credit for that. People don't like him for multiple reasons, including, in my opinion, his skin color, heritage, and religion. I think that is why people dislike Amir Khan. Because I'm a Muslim and Pakistani myself, right? British Pakistani. People think I'm biased. No, I'm not biased to any fighter. I just feel Amir Khan is an exceptional boxer. I feel he has flaws and weaknesses which he's working on with Virgil Hunt, and I think this new Amir Khan beats Danny Garcia. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm trying, honest to God, right from my heart, I'm trying to be unbiased as I can, and I feel Amir Khan truly will outbox in and out Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, in my opinion, was exposed by Mauricio Herrera that he can't deal with a good boxer, because we saw in the first fight with Amir Khan versus Danny Garcia that Danny Garcia really struggled against Amir Khan, because Amir Khan was boxing Danny Garcia's head off until Danny Garcia caught him with that looping shot. I think that if Amir Khan uses his, you know, really good fast feet and in and out movement, he ducks and weaves the way Virgil Hunt has been teaching him, and I believe that Amir Khan's going to improve in his next fight as well. I really feel he can beat Danny Garcia. However, there's something that could go wrong here. There's a lot of emotion involved with Amir Khan and Danny Garcia, and if the emotion gets involved and Amir Khan decides to fight like he's fighting here, his ass will get knocked out again, because not because he's got a glass chin, because again I think that's overhyped. I think that Danny Garcia will knock him out because Amir Khan will be over committing himself, leaving himself exposed. You cannot fully commit to Danny Garcia. You have to keep moving and boxing. Look at the difference between Amir Khan here and Amir Khan here. There is a tremendous difference in the style. Amir Khan in this video, he was under Virgil Hunter, and I always thought that Amir Khan was better on the front foot. But I think that this new style Virgil Hunter has taught him has enabled him to use his boxing ability on the back foot in a much better manner than he used to do. He now knows how to box on the back foot and use his real estate in the ring. So I really can't see Danny Garcia being able to catch up with Amir Khan, and I see as he plods forward, I see Amir Khan being fast and bam bam out, bam bam out, and he's adding timing to his arsenal as well, which I really feel would be too much for Danny Garcia. And when we look at this, right, I don't include the knockdown in this because I don't have enough time in the video, but the knockdown, right, that occurred, right. And it's not because I'm being biased, honestly, man. It's just because I didn't have enough time, right, to include in the video. But the knockdown that occurs, right, where Danny Garcia knocks Amir Khan out, is simply because Amir Khan leaves himself exposed. He leaves himself laterally up, throws an uppercut from here, and leaves himself totally exposed. No glove up, boom, gets caught with that left hook. Strong, big left hook by Danny Garcia and gets knocked out. I also feel that Ruben Tabarez, who was Amir Khan's strength and conditioning coach, had a lot to do with Amir Khan's knockdown, because I feel Amir Khan had not gained any weight from the weigh until the fight, and he would look skinny as shit, and Danny Garcia looks a lot bigger. I also feel that if they had a rematch, that Danny Garcia would not accolade to the 147 division as well as Amir Khan has, because Amir Khan, I believe, has a very, very good strength and conditioning coach in Tony Brady. When everybody looked at the weigh-in for Amir Khan versus Luis Collazo, we saw Amir Khan look huge, he looked ripped, he looked in tremendous condition, and it translated into the fight. When he was under Alex Ariza, Amir Khan looked exceptional. So I believe that weight did play an issue in this fight. I don't believe it was because he was killing himself so much making 140. I think that he didn't make the weight correctly under Ruben Tabarez, who in my opinion had no idea what he's doing. Why would you be doing bicep curls for boxing? Can't understand why you would be doing bicep curls for boxing. That to me does not make sense, and that's what Amir Khan was doing for this fight. If you look at his posture, he's leaning forward because his core is unstable. He has strong abs, a weak lower back. His alignment, this is basics of doing weights, right? His alignment in his core is so out of sync. I mean, you look at the size difference on Amir Khan in these two videos, it's startling. So I think there was a lot to do with this knockdown. I don't believe that it will happen if they fought again. I think Amir Khan looks huge at 147, much bigger than Danny Garcia will look at 147. I think he's hydrated fully. I think Amir Khan wins the fight quite convincingly. I think it's risky for Amir Khan fighting Danny Garcia, but I don't think Danny Garcia will be able to move up to the 147 weight class the way that Amir Khan has, because Danny Garcia doesn't have a really good strength and conditioning coach, which I believe plays a strong role in certain aspects of boxing. Okay, Danny Garcia sticks to basics. He's a very good boxer. He's very proven. He's undefeated. But look what happened between Danny Garcia and Mauricio Herrera. You guys have to understand that Amir Khan is a times 100 boxer of that. I'm not kissing Amir Khan's ass, honestly, man. It's not that. It's just I believe that Amir Khan really changed in the Luis Collazo fight, and he showed us that he's improved. So let me know what you think. Comment in the section below. Subscribe as always. Who do you think will win this fight? Do you think it'll be Amir Khan, or do you think Danny Garcia can pull off a win against Amir Khan? You think he can catch Amir Khan? Do you think Amir Khan's still going to be exposed? Danny Garcia is a better fighter than Luis Collazo. He is a better fighter than Robert Gurrero. But I think it's a very good fight, and now's the time for Amir Khan to face Danny Garcia. I think he needs to push for that fight. Forget about the Robert Gurrero fight. It does nothing for you. Forget about the... Amir Khan has to build his own star power back. He doesn't need to fight Mayweather's leftovers. He doesn't need to... face even Sean Porter. He needs to fight Danny Swift Garcia. He needs this fight. He really needs this fight. I can't stress how much he needs this fight. He needs to do it now. Now is the time. Danny Garcia is going to be doubting himself after the Mauricio Herrera fight. Amir Khan is coming off a very stellar performance. I believe that if he takes this fight, he can win it. It's winnable for Danny Garcia though as well. Danny Garcia can land big left and right hooks, and he is a very good basic boxer. But the style Amir Khan's currently got will give Danny Garcia nightmares, and I don't know if he'll take the fight. But Khan should at least offer the Danny Garcia the fight. Let me know what you think. Comment in the section below. Subscribe as always if you feel that Amir Khan versus Danny Garcia is the fight you guys want to see over Robert Gurrero and Sean Porter. Share the video. In a bit, guys.